What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of No Plot, All Filler.
And today, we just want to say, before we get into anything else, RIP to the GOAT, Akira Toriyama. That man he's the greatest, one of the greatest mangaka ever. You know, created one of the greatest manga, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and so much else. It's like, it's hard to believe that he's not here with us anymore. And in honor of him and his greatness, we're going to talk about our favorite moments in Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, all of that, Dragon Quest, everything. We're going to get into it. So for me, just straight up, it's tough because there's so many good moments. I'm going to go Dragon Ball Z. So between my favorite arcs, it's like the Cell arc and the Buu arc. And it's tough for me to choose between what's my favorite moment. You know, and even before that in Frieza, like going Super Saiyan, that's tough. But in the Cell arc, when Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2, and you see him being cocky for the first time, and it's like, you know what? I could kill him, but I think I'm gonna toy around with my food a little bit. Like, that was just so tough. And then him, like, that was so cool. But then, like, the Buu saga, you see Goku versus Vegeta, one of the toughest fights in the entire show. And that was like in the 90s. And the animation was still pretty cool. Like, it was like tough. Vegeta versus Goku, you see Ultimate Gohan, you see Vegito, so many cool things. It's like tough. But if I had to pick my favorite moment in Dragon Ball Z, it's probably, and I'm still gonna say two things, it's between Vegeta versus Goku or Vegeta sacrificing himself. And like, you finally see him become who he wants to be. Because it's like in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, you see he comes in, he's a villain, and you know, he's fighting Kakarot or Goku, and he's just wanting to he's wanting to be the strongest or whatever, and he wants to beat him. He loses, and there's this whole development from Earth to Namek to coming down, him starting a family. And his reasoning for starting a family was just because Goku has one. So therefore, I'm going to start one because he's stronger than me. Maybe this is the reason. But then realizing he's changing, like, no, I care about my family.
Stupid, huh?
It is stupid. But it was like, I care about my family. I love my son. I'm going to give everything to protect that. And even Kakarot, he said, and even you, Kakarot, like, I'm going to protect you with this last ditch effort and sacrifice myself. Honestly, that's probably the moment. That moment, it was like Vegeta is now him. He did the ultimate sacrifice. He became the hero. And even though, like, at the end of the day, it didn't do anything to Boo, you saw true growth in the character. and that's crazy. And that was like such a cool moment for me to see. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your favorite moment?
I was gonna say no. I was gonna.
Someone's got to follow up.
No, I was gonna say Vegeta always doing something so beautiful, but then like, where's Goku? Every single time. No, for real. Like, every time it's like, oh, Vegeta, man, that's beautiful, man. Like, what you just did, you put your heart in there, man. You did it all. You did everything you could. But then someone else could do more, and it was the man Goku who actually did the job.
That's crazy.
Yeah, every time. Is that not what happens?
It's not like you're wrong, but it's such disrespect to Vegeta.
No, I like Vegeta, but it's just
Vegeta's tough.
Where he at?
Oh,
where's Goku? No, anyways. My favorite Dragon Ball Z moment is Super. So it's not Z, it's Super. When Goku, I think it was it Jiren that came at Krillin, because Krillin was out of this Tournament of Power.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And Jiren, or Goku had already put in a little bit of work doing Ultra Instinct. And like, first of all, it's like that's the coolest moment in all of Dragon Ball to me. No matter what show, Ultra Instinct,
the music, just the stakes of that whole leading up to that moment, and the fact that they were hinting at Ultra Instinct the entire time. Super,
when he did it,
when that happened,
when he first did it, it was cold and it was dope, and then he like lost it. Yeah. Oh, but what's cool is how he got it, and that's how Goku always is. His power comes from seeing like his loved ones like hurt or them in danger, and he's like just like the hero who actually gets the job done every single time. Even though his initial thing is always just trying to get a good fight, like as soon as you come in for them, it's like when he came for Krillin and Goku just went berserk. That was the coolest anime fight I think I've ever seen. Is Jiren versus Goku. Tough. That's the coolest anime fight I've ever seen. I haven't seen every anime ever, but I'm like, nothing's cooler. Even like his aura, the way it looked, watching him just dodge everything Jiren was doing. Because we all saw how much of a menace Jiren was prior to that. No one was touching him. Every single time he said it's over, it was over. Every time he said it's over, it was done.
Yeah,
That person was gone. They weren't dead because you couldn't kill in the tournament power, but like they were gone. Then when he said it was over and he was wrong with Goku for the first time, it was like, and then Goku just went off. Goku went off. That was so that's my favorite Dragon Ball moment. It was lit.
It's tough. Yeah. What about you, Austin? What's your favorite moment?
I don't have like full on specifics because it's been a little while since I've watched it, I'm not gonna lie, but I remember back when I was like, I don't even know, 10 years old, dude. I was watching the Majin Buu fight, and every time they think they beat him for the last time, all of a sudden he comes back, Kid Buu, like all of them.
That was so irritating,
dude. It was, and watching it like week to week too. You're just like, oh, they finally beat him, and then he's changing. You're like, oh, I got another 30 episodes till we're
like from Fat Boo to like adult Boo,
Baby Boo, Kid Boo, like dude, to
Buhan, all that stuff.
Yeah, watching anime week to week is the most annoying thing ever.
Dude, it was tough, but it was also, I mean, one of my favorite things. So
of course,
watching So I watched it while it was coming out. So dating myself here, but dude, I loved it, every second of it. So
what are you, Austin? Or not Austin? Wow.
Oh, not all white people look like Isaac.
My bad. I look like twins. Not gonna lie.
Probably my favorite. So Dragon Ball's my favorite influence of his is in Dragon Quest.
Okay.
I'd say early Dragon Ball and just Goku just goofing around, not really caring about like how the world sees him or like all of that stuff. I love about early Dragon Ball. When Goku meets Bulma and like
the meeting she's trying to actually hilarious.
Yeah, it's so good, so comedic. I love early Dragon Ball. Not too familiar with Dragon Ball Z Super, but Dragon Ball's amazing. But Dragon Quest and his character designs and Dragon Quest 11 has to be one of my favorite games of all time. It is top tier. The story's incredible. The replayability is amazing. The attack animations are the best in any JRPG. You see his influence in every step of the way. And Dragon Quest is probably my favorite creation.
I remember playing on the Game Boy Advance some Dragon Ball game, and I remember grinding on that to get to be able to go to Super Saiyan for the first time. That jump was so
satisfaction of fun.
No, it was so cool. I was like, wait a minute, I'm Kaioken. Wait, I can finally do it. It was so rewarding. But one thing that Dragon Ball does so good is villains. And that's one thing we love about that. You got from Vegeta. Honestly, the crazy thing about Dragon Ball and even just like original Dragon Ball, every villain became like part of the Z fighters. You got
Piccolo.
Like antagonists. Piccolo, Tien, Yamcha, all these people join the Z fighters. Then you got Vegeta and so forth. Androids 17 and 18. It's crazy.
I'll never forgive them.
Oh, it's crazy.
I'll never forgive them what they did to Gohan, man.
That future Gohan, I'll never forgive the androids.
Never forgive them.
Oh my goodness!
One-arm Gohan was him. I don't care what he says. One-arm Gohan was him.
Might be one of the cold. Honestly,
one-arm Gohan was him. I hear killing it with one arm.
He was tough.
That man was cold.
He was tough. And honestly, it irritates me though because when you see, and obviously, Teen Gohan becomes who he is because of what we find out about the future. But it's like because he has so much potential, it's irritating to think that he died to those androids. It's so annoying.
I know.
But like, who out of all the Dragon Ball, original Dragon Ball Z, Super, who's your like favorite antagonist? And on the entire show, we'll start with Kev. Who's your favorite?
Oh shoot, I'd probably
he can go based off Dragon Ball.
Right.
I mean, whoever.
From what I've seen in Dragon Ball Z, I'd probably say Majin Buu.
Majin Buu.
Yeah, it was terrifying. Every single episode that I caught of that was.
He's a creepy villain.
Yeah, horrifying.
I mean,
I watched when I was a kid, so I was like,
Boo or Frieza for sure.
Boo or Frieza for you?
Frieza is like the gold standard of villains
he's
for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally
Frieza's the guy who always comes back, and he never. Oh, I'm not gonna be good at any point. I will always be a villain. That's how Frieza.
No matter how many times he comes back, he's always him. He's always Frieza, no matter what.
I don't like. I'm a hater of Broly. I was talking to someone about this the other day. I'm such a hater.
That's gonna ruffle some feathers.
Oh, I'm a Broly hater, man.
Let him have it down in the comments.
I just don't like people. I don't like someone that has more potential than Goku. Like, I don't like that one bit. It makes me upset. I don't like that he needs to combine with Vegeta to beat him. I don't like that. I want him to be able to do it by himself. Anyways, but my favorite villain.
One thing I learned about Titus is that he needs the MC to be him, to be the strongest. And when there's any competition to that, it's like, is this even a good show?
Like, I'm just like, are you the MC or is Broly?
Fair.
Were you just building up to Broly? Is it Goku? You were just building up to the real MC of the show? I'm just saying. Anyways, but because like with every other anime, like Naruto becomes the strongest. Luffy's gonna become the strongest if he's not already with Gear 5 and everything. Eren Yeager, nobody was stronger than that man. What he did, and nobody was gonna stop that man. So I mean, I just named a few, but like, I mean, we all know freaking Deku is gonna be the strongest or the world's greatest hero, which obviously implies he's gonna be the strongest. So it's just like, where you at? Why is Broly stronger? You know what I'm saying? I will
say I agree with the fact because it's like Goku becoming Super Saiyan for the first time was such like a pivotal moment because you learned Frieza. The reason he killed the entire Saiyan race is because he heard that the Super Saiyan legend was a thing. And it's like, oh, I don't ever want to see that come to fruition. So let me kill this entire race.
Yeah.
He killed them. Then for Goku to become Super Saiyan for the first time against him was such a pivotal moment in the entire series that it's just like, okay, it was kind of like thrown away with the fact that Goku's Super Saiyan, but Broly's the legendary Super Saiyan. So he's like the person that Frieza was really scared of. But Goku was just like, you know, he whatever. I get the frustration because it is a little irritating. But personally, I like Broly, and I like the newer version. This might be controversial. I like the newer version of Broly better than the old one, because the old one was just like his motivation was that he was irritated that Kakarot cried in the baby chamber. Like he was next to him, and he heard Goku crying.
I want his baby shut up.
And like the entire movie's just like Kakarot, and he's irritated, like chasing him down because he's mad because he was crying as a kid.
That's so childish.
That's so crazy. So then the new one, it adds like depth to him because it's like he was stuck on this planet and then he was, brought back. And
it wasn't even bad.
Yeah, he wasn't like bad. He was just like, okay, I have to fight because that's what I was told
to. Angrier because now you're not like an obstacle for the person. So you're just stronger and have more potential than the main character, but you're just there. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Sorry. But my favorite villain in Dragon Ball Z has got to be Frieza.
Can't even argue.
Frieza's just like he's the one. Like, and then the fact that they teamed up together to beat Jiren and Super was hilarious at the very end because Jiren's a good villain though too. Jiren, I gotta go with Frieza because of the longevity with Frieza and everything that he's done. Like he's responsible for the death of the planet, like the Super Saiyans are on and everything. So Frieza's him, bro. I mean, he's a terrifying. His voice is creepy and everything.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm gonna say Dr. Gero. No, I was kidding. No, it's not Dr. Gero. No, it's not him. My favorite, it's probably it's like Cell or Frieza. Or honestly, no, it's Frieza or Boo.
Cell is scary to me.
And Cell, my thing about Cell, and I was talking about this earlier, like Cell when he became perfect form is tough and he was scary. But like before that, he was a little punk. He was over here like running away from fights, scared of like Piccolo and Vegeta, like, oh, I need to absorb 17 and 18 or I can't do anything. And I hated that. And then when he got it, he got too cocky and he got whooped at the end of the day. But
yeah, everybody's punk until they could beat you until they're stronger.
True. But he had to take
except for Luffy. He'll go to anybody.
Boo, it's like I like him and I like him more after Super because you learn Frieza was told by his dad or whatever, there's like two people you don't ever want to fight. It's Beerus and Majin Buu. And it was like the fact that the fear factor of Majin Buu was so high, and then we met him in Z was crazy, and the fact that we were able to defeat him was crazier.
All 8 forms
like,
of him.
Yeah, literally all like 8 forms of him. So Buu was tough, and I think Buu was tough not because of who Buu was, but because of all the hype around him. I feel like makes him crazier, and the fact that he could always get stronger by absorbing other people. Like that was really cool to me. And it was annoying watching it because you just want your heroes to win. But it's like, okay, this thing is really a menace and he can
they keep overcoming it too, no matter what. Like however strong he's getting. changing
Without the
forms. And they
spirit
keep,
bomb, they don't win. Without Mr. Satan, the Z Fighters lose. Because real talk, he was the one that motivated everyone to lend energy to Goku. Without Mr. Satan, which is crazy, no, we would have lost. So
and the 30 episodes of just him making
yeah,
Oh, the first Spirit Bomb one.
yeah.
That's
First Spirit.
crazy.
I mean, that's a great moment. Though.
Yeah.
I feel like Kamehameha has like 20 episodes too.
The first
Oh,
one.
man. I'm like, bro, if you don't just you don't need to do this.
So speaking of anime antagonists, we talked about Dragon Ball. There's some really good ones. We shared ours. Out of all of anime, we're just gonna move on to this. Out of all of anime, who do you think your favorite anime antagonist is? Just in general. Titus, what do you know? What do you think?
Oh, gotta go with. Well, in My Hero, All for One is a very terrifying villain, and the fact that he's like been against every single person that has had One for All, and like he's been the main antagonist for all, mainly obviously All Might, because him and All Might, like that's like I feel like he fears him more than anyone else that ever wielded that power.
I mean, One for All keeps getting stronger.
Yeah, because he's getting stronger,
yeah.
but I mean, honorable mention to Madara because that dude is him. But yeah, One for All, he's just so menacing and he's smart. Like he's so calculated and he doesn't mind playing the long game.
Yeah,
with everything that he's doing, he's like it seems like everything that he's planned and everything that seems like a win for the other side is really just no, because he had already had
even when he's like
planned for
locked,
that.
like floors below, and the thing, he's just like laughing, like he just doesn't even care. Like he knows, like I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, it's
so
a contingency plan for literally everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what happens, whatever. Every time you think there's a dub, it's like, well, is it? Because he's like, they're playing into my hand. Like it seems like, and I'm like, how do you always know
they're playing chess?
what's
and he's
going
playing,
on?
Like some 3D chess over here.
No,
like 10
and,
steps ahead of them all.
And like now, like where I'm at, even in the manga, I'm like, this guy is crazy. This guy, where he's at, what he does, the confidence, and it's not even like misplaced confidence. It's just like, it's just crazy. Everything about him is just, I feel like top tier type villain. Like, and I feel like by the end of this show, and by the end of that manga and everything, he will be considered one of the greatest villains probably in anime because he's just so he's menacing, he's calculated, he's smart, he knows how to use people and inspire. Like freaking that doctor guy is just like so loyal to him.
Yeah,
and like
brainwashed.
Yeah. It's just like what he did with like releasing everyone from like the prison and like utilizing that, leveraging that to like having them work with him. Like he's just I don't know. He's just a really good villain, and I really enjoy watching him at work. And I'm excited to see. I mean, even him and All Might's first fight we saw, like it wasn't their first fight, it wasn't their biggest fight, but the one when All Might lost the power of One for All completely, that was intense.
And it took literally One for All, or like All Might literally losing his power to beat him. So.
Yeah. And it didn't beat him.
That's
the thing.
Didn't even fully beat him.
Took him out.
He just took him out. So it's just like no, he keeps coming back over and over and over again. And the creation of Shigaraki, like this is all him.
This is the trickle down of like all the different stuff that has happened because of him.
He really
manipulation.
He's a groomer.
Yeah. He groomed Shigaraki.
And Shigaraki is not the son, but he's a relative of
son of
it is a son
of the user before All Might.
Yeah. Okay, so it is a son.
Grandson.
Grandson.
Sorry,
I knew it wasn't son. Yeah,
grandson.
The grandson of the user before him. Like he knew what he was doing. And he's a beast. He's a beast. I hate him, but he's a beast of a villain.
That's a fact.
So yeah, I freaking love
All for One is like that. I can't even deny.
Crazy.
Me, it's tough because I really can't choose between the two. It's really tough for me, but it's between Doflamingo from One Piece and Aizen from Bleach.
I feel like Doflamingo is kind of like All for One in a way. He's got his little strings and his puppet.
Well, see, the thing about Doflamingo is like
they're both
and honestly, this is spoiler. Sorry for the people that aren't past Dressrosa. But I'm just gonna say he
close your ears.
This is and I'm sorry I have to say this to explain my point, but he was a celestial dragon, right? Doflamingo was there. He was that guy. He was the top echelon of people. He's like, okay, I'm a god because that's what I've been told all my life. I'm him. And everyone else is like, who are they? They're insignificant. And his dad is over here like, you know what? I think we really just don't understand the people that aren't us. So let's just take all of our wealth, all of our like standing, and just move to the to the civilians to try to be like them. And bro's over here like, what are you talking about? Like, this is what I grew up on. I'm a god.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to make me human? I'm not a human. I'm a god.
Revoked their
So,
celestial
Literally
dragon ship.
revoked that godship in their eyes to become regular humans. And like in his whole life, humans are just ants. They're insignificant.
Yeah.
So now he's there in this position.
Insects.
He's in this position where it's just like, okay, why? And then the people of the town that they go to find out they were celestials, and then
Don't spoil everything.
And I'm not gonna spoil everything,
everything.
But they find out who they were, and they do terrible things to them, and he's just like hates this because it's like, okay, now I was this god, now I'm being treated this way by humans because I was a god, and my dad wanted to be a human. I hate everything, which there's an awakening within him. Whatever stuff happens, people. It's been out for years. It's crazy. Kevin hasn't seen it, so I don't want to spoil everything for Kevin. I want you to enjoy it the way I enjoyed it. But to see him claw his way back from losing everything to claw back to who he was, and seeing that struggle to try to become where he was before, and regardless of like the people he hurts on his path, whether it be people that are close or not, he doesn't care. At the end of the day, I will be what I was. And seeing that is like, it's deep because it's like there's nothing good about him. You understand him. You understand him because it's like he was in this place and it got taken away from him.
But with the place that he was at,
but
there were bad people too.
Right, the place where he was at was not a good thing. But in his eyes, it's everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't care who I hurt to have to get there. I'm going to get there. And seeing that, and then everything that happens to him in between, it makes him such a good villain.
He was just a successful crocodile.
In Dressrosa.
Dressrosa, he was a successful crocodile. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Aizen,
yeah. I mean,
but Aizen's like, as Doflamingo's like smart and he's calculated, but Aizen's playing like, you said 3D chess earlier, bro's like playing 4 or 5D chess. He's all the way, bro knows what's up, and he's planning. The way he manipulated just the MC into doing everything he wanted to. Like, I don't want to spoil everything because you're gonna enjoy this, but like, we had no idea Aizen was the villain until it was revealed in this certain arc, and you're like, what? And you know how like when MCs are having their moment and their like music is playing and they're going like all out and it's like crazy and it's tough. I've never seen in a show where the MC is having their MC moment and then the antagonist hops in and stops it and also stops the music because it's like, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not like that as the MC. The antagonist stopped everything and showed you're not there, little bro. Like, you're not that. I'm him. You're not there. Aizen showed him that, and just seeing how smart and calculated he is, but also how strong and how broken his ability is. It's like, it makes him such a good villain. The planning ahead, the like manipulating people to just do your will was so cool from a character. And like, Bleach isn't even my favorite anime, but like Aizen is like that. And I have to give respect to him because he is so smart, so like he's so far ahead of everyone else. And I'm not caught up because I'm not reading the manga, but like Aizen is up there. He's like that. I'm just gonna say that. I want you guys to see it and enjoy it yourself. So like,
yeah, I've never seen it. So
Aizen's tough.
Like
Aizen's tough. But Austin, who's your favorite antagonist?
So I might take a little bit of a different approach here, but just based on like the arc that I love the most. But I mean, Pain, like the things that Pain does. I mean, you can't overlook him killing his master. I mean,
Jiraiya, R.I.P.
Yeah, rip Jiraiya. And then all the way to, I mean, no one can beat this guy. He's got like the perfect setup with all of his. I'm talking Pain, like all of them, not just Nagato. Yeah. So he's got like this perfect setup with all of his little minions and his dummies. But and then Naruto just comes out of nowhere. I mean, one of the best, coldest moments of
the coldest.
Well, he just seemed like a character that could not be beaten.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And then like the fact that MC was able to come in and do what he did, and like it took a while for it to get there, but like
I mean that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody tried to fight Pain, and everybody's failing, and all of a sudden,
like miserably. Like even Kakashi was like, I mean, he tried to pull.
He seemed unbeatable too, and I mean, and at the time you think he's like the head of the Akatsuki and everything too. So like
Plus, he's a complex villain. Like his
I'm saying.
backstory is crazy.
Yeah, you learn a lot about his backstory.
Jiraiya actually trained him and like his
so,
friends.
I mean, you learn a lot of that later, I think, right?
I think.
Or do you learn that during the arc? I might be mixing
Probably
it up.
during the arc, but I don't know if it's before Pain attacks the village or after, or maybe I don't
think Jiraiya makes it clear that he knows him when he was killing him, right?
I think it's when Naruto goes and talks to him.
So I think, and I could be wrong, I think that we find out about who Nagato and like all of them were as kids beforehand, and we learn that Jiraiya trained them, but we don't realize until like during or after the fight who those people were as adults were.
Yeah.
So later, because it's like, okay, he trained them, but then you find out, oh wait, those were the people he trained.
So then you see the hairstyles, and you're like, oh, it's probably these people.
Yeah,
right.
Like I think you already see right off the bat. That's them.
But just I guess like the depth of his character too.
Oh, it's very. That's what makes it good. Like
a
good villain is like he's not just like I'm just evil for evil's sake. It's like I've been through a lot of stuff, and I feel like this is the best. Because doesn't he want to like? It was in the name of like making a better world, right? And it's like
everyone when they can share pain can truly understand.
That's why he has the name Pain.
Yeah.
So there's a reason at least to why he's the way he is, but I think just the overall arc and Naruto showing up and Pain as a character, I think just makes him, I guess, one of my favorite villains or antagonists. For sure. So, and then I just want a quick shout out Itachi before you know he's
a hero.
Literally the episode called Truth. Before that,
I mean, he is an
Before you knew he was a hero, we thought he was the villain.
Wow. So just a quick little honorable mention there. Shout out to Itachi because for most of Naruto, you think he is the big bad.
Yeah,
I know you do. You do kind of think he's going to be this man's so broken.
Yeah. So
what about you, Kev?
Shout out there.
All right, least favorite villain. I'm gonna do my favorite villain, my least favorite. My least favorite for sure is an honorable mention. Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter.
Hisoka?
I cannot stand him.
Hair, bro's a pedo.
He's terrifying.
The way he moaned and said "going," I said, "Bro, lock him up."
It was only did this.
Lock him up.
I can't.
Oh,
anytime he's on, I'm creeped out. I am terrified for what's about to happen.
Yeah, no, he's a weirdo. But he's mad strong.
Yeah,
it's like creepy.
He's OP. Yeah, he is.
It's like
so
everything
scary.
You're saying is giving pedo, but it's at the same time, it's like you want to fight them.
Yeah,
it's not that you're trying to do anything nasty. It's like you want to see them at their peak and fight them.
But
why are you? Why are you talking like that, bro?
It is the creepiest villain.
Oh.
Creepiest villain,
and the fact that his like net ability is like sticky gum.
Yeah,
bro. What
when he loses his arm and like one of the fights and he's got it attached to it. Oh, and watching him get stitched up after a couple fights. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, who's your favorite though?
But probably my favorite. I love and hate Orochimaru.
When he first pulled up, though,
yeah,
he was terrifying in the original Naruto.
Dude, his selfish interest and like the way that Orochimaru, like, you never know what he's gonna do.
No,
he is like for the whole.
It's pretty unpredictable.
Once you go into Shippuden, you kind of see where he's going, but like throughout Naruto, you're like, what is your goal? What is happening right now? Like,
bro, like allied with the Sand Village to defeat the Leaf, and then he like gave the curse mark, and it's like, what's the connection here? Why is Sasuke like? I get 100%.
Yeah,
and we wanted to take over Sasuke's body.
We didn't find out till Shippuden though.
Yeah,
before we're just like
that's some Hisoka vibes.
We literally didn't know.
That's some Hisoka vibes right there.
I want to wear your skin. No, don't say that.
He just keeps trying to find that next ultimate form.
Yeah. No, his whole thing was like, I want to master like 1,000 jutsu, or I want to learn every jutsu.
Yep.
Like, I want to learn all jutsu, but he didn't have enough time. So like, bro figures out how to live forever, and then like the most gross way by taking over people's body, and all that, and it's and then he just wanted to be the strongest by taking Itachi, but then he couldn't, right? Yep. And then he's like, okay, Sasuke's the plan. And we find that out in Shippuden. It's like, oh, okay, that's why. Whatever.
Targeted him.
Yeah, it's no Orochimaru. Like when he came on, other than the fact that he was fighting the third Hokage for like 50 episodes, and it was just a back and forth between the spirit thing. I forget the name of it. Taking their souls back and forth. I was like, all right, bro. Like you were scary, but like now you're just standing here.
It's gone on for a little while.
Well, yeah, because he was like the scariest villain for the longest time. I was like, this guy. he's got to be the strongest guy. Well, and then by the time he gets Shippuden, it's like, oh, Naruto could beat him. Like,
I will say in Shippuden, when we saw him
Safe
versus
mode,
like this
no problem.
six-tailed cloak of Naruto, Orochimaru was actually putting in work a little bit. Although it was in just pure defense the whole time. He was running, but he didn't get cooked.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I think he's
so.
It's not a win when you're running away.
As far as like the world, I feel like Orochimaru's definitely strong, but like not comparative to like End and Naruto.
Yeah. I think Jiraiya, out of the 3 legendary Sannin, I think Jiraiya was the strongest.
For sure.
I would agree.
I think
Orochimaru, that was deep too, because they were all tight. They were like friends. They grew up together, they were trained together. Orochimaru, Tsunade, and Jiraiya. And
I
then
think that's why I kind of love
Orochimaru
Naruto.
slowly just going off.
Everybody like ties together.
Everybody ties together.
That's what I'm saying.
From Minato to Jiraiya to like it's deep,
right? Because freaking Minato gets trained by Jiraiya, and then Kakashi gets trained by Minato, and then Naruto gets trained by.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
like,
nuts.
Yeah,
the connections, like Naruto,
and they're all haters for not telling Naruto about his family.
I'll never forget, bro.
They're all haters.
I'll never
send their watch this little kid, go around the village. Nobody loves me. Oh, your parents just died for you, and no one wanted to tell you.
Don't get started.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're not gonna go. I'll get tight. We continue.
Yeah. The Leaf Village is the real.
Leaf Village is that's why in the pain arc. That's why in the pain arc I said screw y'all. He saved all of you in the pain arc, and then y'all said, "Oh, Naruto, we love you. Oh, you're so amazing."
The
Shut
hero
up.
of the Leaf. Like, you say Demon Child like 5 minutes ago.
So we came around and we decided everybody in the Leaf Village
is the villain. The true villain of the story, man.
Greatest antagonist is the
Hokage.
Leaf Village.
The third Hokage, man. Not telling
the third Hokage.
The way that people hate on the third Hokage is crazy.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Got a little bit of
He does. But that doesn't take away from how
king.
like actually cold he was as like a person though, because they were comparing him to Hashirama when in his prime. But at the end of the day, bro should have said something. Not like looking over Naruto from like the sidelines. Like, bro, no. This is the fourth Hokage's son.
Should have raised him.
Although he has the demon fox in him, the person that
you scared, bro? That's all I'm saying.
The person that protected us from that fox is his father. Like, that's not disrespect, bro.
I'm saying, man, if he was just even like an inkling like Kono Amaru, we would have never been in this situation. He would have raised him. Kono Amaru is his grandson. Learn from your grandson.
Nice.
He was a good person. He loved Naruto. He wanted to be like Naruto from like his first episode.
Early on,
he was
bro.
like his first episode.
Super early.
Like, so I'm just why Shippuden, I was like, Kono, or not Shippuden, in Naruto, I was like, Kono Amaru's old now. Like, what? He's like,
weird.
That's weird seeing him like be like a he's like the Kakashi for Boruto. It's like so cool to see that's another thing that they keep making things, the connections and like
they keep it going.
They keep it going. Yeah.
It's one thing Naruto does so good is connections, and they always connect everything for sure.
Yeah. So that's my favorite.
Anybody have any quick
honorable mentions to be Madara, man? He was so cold, and I don't really like the way they ended it with like him not being the big bad, and it ended up being him just being manipulated by what's her name, Kaguya. But even so, he was so cold in so many moments where he had his own little version of the spirit bombs with them rocks, and he just started throwing those things at people. And when he was just sitting there, what was it called, planetary devastation? And then he's like, literally, that's still one of the coolest things I've ever seen in any anime is him just plowing through the army of people with ease, and this is him in his animated form. He's just
standing in front of an army, and he's just
beating the mess out of
like one eye.
Beating the mess out of him, bro.
One eye was just like officially reanimated, and it was him versus like 6-tailed beasts in the entire Shinobi Alliance. Bro said, "I got this."
Yeah,
like no fear.
And his voice,
his
voice is so his double voice. Yeah. Madara Uchiha. Like his voice is cold.
Madara was tough. I'm gonna lie. Like in terms of just like cold, if we're talking coldest
villains, yeah.
I mean, just cool,
he's
man.
Gotta be like he's probably
so cool.
number one. I don't know.
He's the coolest villain I've ever.
He's tough,
and like you don't mess it. He doesn't play.
Yikes.
Sucks. He was manipulated the whole time, but nah, he's
yeah. I feel like that's why he can't like take my full top spot, just because like he doesn't really.
He literally brainwashed Obito, and then and he was brainwashed by Kaguya.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't really do anything himself. Yeah. So
Obito, I mean, he's just he was a child that was manipulated. I don't consider him like a crazy villain.
No, he's not pulling all the strings and anything. He's just crazy strong.
Just once again, want to like say. Respect to Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball. Like without you,
None
we
of these
have
are
no
I
One
don't-
Piece. We have no Naruto.
We're not talking about Madara right now, probably. So
Yeah.
Literally, we're not
We have
talking about
no
Madara, like,
power
none of this.
levals at all.
No,
Like,
we're not getting any rage power up moments. All that stuff without you and what you did with Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Super. Like none of this happened. Like so many mangaka have come out to say, like, without you, there's nothing. We're not here without you.
There's
So
quotes from like every single anime.
yeah,
The writers of every Oda did it. Like there's so many.
yeah,
every
Kishimoto,
just showing, all the respect.
Demon Slayer, right? Like so many people came
said,
out.
thank you. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. You
Yeah.
are the reason why I'm here.
Especially in the time that he did what he did. It's like no one thought that they could create a story like he did and it'd be successful. So it's like, once again, thank you. Because without you, none of us are talking like right now.
There's no anime. There's no anime podcast.
This isn't happening. So, like, shout out to you. Dragon Ball is amazing, and then your Dragon Ball will go down as one of the greatest of all time.
Grandfather of all
hands
anime.
down. Literally the grandfather of anime. Let us know who your favorite antagonists are, your favorite Dragon Ball moments, all that stuff down below in the comment section. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss. But yeah, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. We'll be here next week as well. So make sure you're subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting, engaging, because we want to talk with you guys just as much as you want to keep watching us. So we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.